Hello again, Pietro here. Thanks for coming by the channel. Today we are doing some final thoughts about this thing, the LG Wing. Could you hear those sound effects? I'll show you how to add those, and I'll tell you about the pros and cons, what I liked and didn't like over the past 24 days. Man, I can't believe I've had that long. I like it. I wish I could keep it. Sometimes I wish I could keep all my phones, but I just can't. This one has to go back. And I hope you like what I found, and maybe you'll disagree with what I don't like. Maybe it's futile, who knows? Let's get to it. Here we go. Ready? And here we are with the LG Wing. I have it in the T mode, or Wing mode, as many people call it. Now, a cool thing that I discovered is you can change the sound when you open it. Now, right now I have it in Do Not Disturb, so hopefully we don't get too many notifications. So now listen. So to customize that, you just go to Settings, and then you go to Sound, and then you want to go to System Sounds, Swivel up and down. I have it on guitar. You can do music box, diamond, prism, click. And there you go. So kind of fun. So it's a fun phone. I think LG did a great job in bringing the fun factor back to mobile devices. Here, I'll take out of the case. Since this is going back, unfortunately, my trial period is over. Now the back is plastic. It's not glass. A couple of people have asked that. And I found it to be a little slippery. So I've been using this Casemate case for the last 24 days. So this is going to be a little bit of something you've already known about if you've watched my other videos, because a lot of my opinions have stayed the same about this device. The battery life is good. It lasts me all day. The actual battery size for this device is 4,000 milliamps, which is pretty good. I've been able to make it from sunrise to sunset and then some. And yeah, what we'll do, I'm going to do kind of a sandwich thing. I'm going to start off with some pros, and then I'm going to do the cons, and then I'll finish with my pros. So, pro number one, love the pop-up camera, because when you're consuming media, such as YouTube, you get the full screen. There's no camera notch, there's no hole punch. I really like that feature. Number two, the slightly curved screen, it doesn't bother me enough. It hasn't been a deal breaker. And if you look at an angle, it's really not that curved. I've used worse. And number three, brightness of the screen is great. Fast charge, it's good. It's not as fast as the OnePlus 8T. That's probably the fastest charging phone I've used in 2020. And we have more videos on that. Next, number five, I think LG did a great job on the interface. I like the UI. One thing I wish was easier to do is just to see all your apps when you swiped up. I'm just used to that in Android, and maybe that's a customization that I just don't have yet. I don't know. Okay, next is, well, the camera photo filters are pretty cool. And I learned that you can quickly download more if you want them. So here's the photo app, and you just click on the filters, and you can see all the ones they have here. There's Mellow, and the list goes on. And then right here, it takes you to the website, and then through LG Smart World, you can download more filters. And there's quite a few, and they're all free. I mean, there's a juice filter, there's a wine filter, coffee filter, the list goes on. Next, number 7, multitasking. when you first go into that wing mode and you're playing around with the phone, you kind of think, oh, that's it. You just swipe up and you can open up pretty much any app on that screen. And even better, you can do shortcuts. So right here at the bottom, I can just touch once and 2 apps launch simultaneously. And I can close this navigation window and I can browse the web, order some KFC for dinner while I'm playing a video or reading email. You can choose which apps and you can do those shortcuts. 8 games, which I've covered before. Certain games are pretty great. There's Asphalt 9. There's, I don't do a lot of games, so you'll have to check another channel for those. But it's pretty cool to have that navigation. And when you're playing the games, here I'll show you an example of Asphalt 9. Three apps at once. So here we have YouTube, right? So I can switch it to this angle. So now I have this view, but if you bring up your multitask and your window switcher, you can do a long press, and then right there you can choose to do a pop-up window, pin the app, multi-window, and then it has you check another app. So now, oh, well that one doesn't work. That's a bummer. So not all apps are multi-window. So we'll try this again, and we'll do a multi-window with the Play Store. So now we have YouTube, we have the internet browser, and we have Google Play all running all at the same time. And depending on which one you're working on, you can have keyboard going on this one and search for, I don't know, Taco Bell or whatever. So even though the keyboard is pretty small, it works quite well and it's easy to hold. So, and you can play around with it. And now one thing I do wish they had is a quick app switcher, so I could switch the app from the top to the bottom. So let's take a break. Those were the first 9 pros that I liked. Let's just jump back to cons. So there is a stereo sound, and I'll play this for you.
It catches all the little details.
It doesn't have Dolby Atmos. Now it sounds better when you put in headphones, but this was meant for media, and I wish the stereo sound that they put in this LG device was better. On that same point, I'm older, I'm in my 40s. I don't think the sound goes loud enough. I mean, even at max volume, I don't think it's really that loud. Other phones that I've tested are louder. So there's no headphone jack. That's con number 2. The LG V60 had a headphone jack. This one does not. I kind of like the headphone jack. That's just me. Number 3, using the LG Wing when you first get it in this T mode isn't that intuitive. I think they could do a better job on the tutorial. Face video chats are not supported in T mode. That's a bummer, because it's nice to just prop it up and do a chat like that, and it does. I couldn't get it to work, but that could be fixed with a software upgrade. Number 5, I think it could be faster. I don't know if that's a processor or just a combination. Maybe when this is upgraded to Android 11, that will improve the speed. I just felt that other phones that I've had in this price range were faster, just overall UI use. Next one, 10 gigs of RAM. That's what this one should have had, or maybe 12. This one only has 8, and I think you start to notice. Number 8, it does weigh heavy. I'll show you how heavy. All right, here we go. 9.3 ounces. To me, that's heavy, and that's without the case. So we'll compare it to another phone that I've been using for a while. This is the iPhone SE. Whoa, 3 ounces heavier. But you do get the extra screens. So for a lot of people, that's what they want. They want that screen real estate. That might be something you like. I showed this to a representative at Best Buy actually yesterday, and he loved it. He wants to get one. So I thought that was fun. 9, the keyboard. Someone commented on one of my other videos, can you bring the keyboard down here? So, and that's what I've tried to learn how to do. So here I'm playing a video.
Sound to tell any story.
Whoa, that's loud. Hang on.
It catches all
So I can
the
just
little
swipe
details.
down, mute that. Where's the keyboard? I mean, now you can do this, and this part's really cool. This is the LG Touch. So now we're jumping back to 4, 3, and cons and pros. So right here, now I have a cursor that I can control, and I can scroll down. They have gestures as well. And that part's pretty cool. It's kind of nice to use a touchpad when you're browsing, and yeah, it's kind of neat. And you can click the question mark, and it gives you a guide of how to scroll, drag and drop, all that cool stuff. So you want, if you're doing something really precise, you can do that with a touchpad instead of using your finger. So pretty cool that they enabled a mouse pad on the device. LG Wing. So here I opened Chrome. So I just swiped up and I chose Chrome. There's not a way to push the keyboard down here. There's not a button for it. I've tried, there's floating, but I can't type down here while it's up there, and that's disappointing. So here's another example of the negative thing on the keyboard. When I swipe up and open up Messenger and I want to type, I can't, the keyboard's not down here. I want the keyboard down here so I can quickly type something, and bummer. Battery life, it's good. I think this should have followed again with the LG V60. I think they should have put in a 5,000 milliamp battery, but maybe it was just cost. The camera, when you're in the gimbal mode and you're in this wing mode, you can't shoot photographs. And that's a huge draw. I mean, you can take a single shot, like here I'm in gimbal mode. Yeah, I can, we'll get our Stay Puffed here. So I can take a picture of Stay Puffed, but I can't, it's just like a quick shot. I can't access all the camera features. In order to do that, you have to close the device, and now you're in full camera mode. So that's a huge bummer that you can't just take pictures in there. This is pretty cool, the gimbal mode. So here I am, I'm looking at Stay Puft's feet. Without moving the camera, I can scroll up and see quite a bit of them. So there's his face, and now I can scroll down and pan down the entire action figure from Ghostbusters. Kind of cool, right? And you can go left, you can go right, and that's how you use the gimbal. There's also this first-person view. I didn't really run into a lot of situations where I've had the phone to really use this, but I could see it being really helpful. One thing I did like is being able to do time-lapse in this mode. That's been really cool, and slow motion, and even more so in slow motion. This is one thing I really like about LG. When you're doing the slow motion, so let's say Stay Puft is doing something really cool, right? So as I'm recording, I can hold this down, and just that one segment of the slow motion is in effect. I think that's really cool. And then here's the multi-app settings. So you saw earlier how I quickly did that. That's how you quickly get to that. So if I wanted to, I could launch Calculator and Chrome at the same time, and then apply, or I can switch it. See that? So now I have a new option. So you get to that, you just long press Swivel Home Settings, and it lets you do multi-app shortcut, swipe down, screen lock, all that fun stuff. Wallpaper theme, there's widgets, lots of fun stuff that you can customize. So again, just long press, Swivel Home Page, and app drawer icon. Okay, so we're gonna skip ahead. Fragility. I think it's pretty fragile. The case that I've had for the last several weeks, it only protects, the base of the phone, not this part. So if you drop the phone yeah, you're in big trouble. Number 14. I was shooting a video yesterday and it overheated. Like the phone got too hot and it wasn't shooting in 4K. Bummer, right? So if you want to shoot really long videos, this might not be the phone for you. Okay, now we'll switch back to the rest of my pros. So 14 negative things that I've found over the past 3 weeks. And number 9, we did the 3 apps is fun, and just depends on what you're going to do. One thing that I really like shooting video is the ASMR sound. So here's the video app, and it's in black and white, and then right here you can switch between basic, ASMR recording, or voice bokeh, which is just really cool. And then you can control the voice bokeh as well. And then if you slide to more, and when you're in manual video, so now you can switch on the microphone. So right there in the top right, you just click on the microphone, and it's really small wind filter. So this is going to filter out wind noise. Here, let me zoom in for you. There you go, wind noise filter. So again, how I got to that, when you're in regular video, you just scroll up to more, and then you go to manual video, and then you just click on the microphone in the top right, and there's the wind noise. Really cool feature. And then you can see as I'm talking, it's showing you the levels of the audio, both left and right, and it shows you what you're filming in. You can see the gain, you can adjust the gain. Pretty cool. And then when you're shooting video, it's going to show you the peaks of the audio. And when I'm talking really loudly, you can see the spikes in the audio. So if you wanted to keep a consistent tone and avoid really high peaks or too low peaks, you can do this while you're recording. So nice feature, LG, nice feature. When you open up the camera and you have full view, they have this nice feature with the dual recording, and I really like it. I've used several times and I've filmed a couple of videos. There's the dual recording right there. Pop-up camera comes up, so I could interview Stay Puffed and myself all at the same time. And then I can swap it. I can do side by side, and then you can swap that, and you can choose whether you want to save it separately or together. I think that's just awesome. And then right there in settings, there's more options, take locations, all that fun stuff. Okay, here's my favorite, well, not my favorite part, but one of my favorite parts. So watch this. So we have it in off mode. The brief notifications. See how it glowed? Let me hit the lights. Now, as cool as that is, I found out another hidden trick. So that's blue, right? Well, watch this. So I'm going to send a text message from my iPhone. It's gold, kind of a gold yellowish orange. Now here's the kicker. In order to get that, you have to use the LG messaging app and not the Google one. If you use the Google one, it turns back to blue. And I'm just sending random text messages. But I like how you get blue for everything else and then gold for text messages. So nice feature. Hope you enjoyed that. Kind of a hidden feature, if you will. One more con. Okay, come on. There we go. So it kind of takes a bit to get that unlocked. One last thing, and I think they could change this with the settings. Lock screen insecurity. Fingerprints. You can only do 4 fingerprints. But for me, that's enough. I usually do my index fingers and my thumbs. Why can't you just do all 10? Silly thing, right? Well, what do you think? Are you going to get this? Is this going to be the camera for you? Do you like the sound effects and the notifications and that gimbal mode? Do you like the ability to quickly launch 3 screens or your dual mode shortcuts? Do you like that ability to just swipe down and do a grip lock? That's pretty cool. And there's also some fun stuff when you're doing navigating, and I'll show you a video of that right now. All right, a video within a video, right, Paramount Kid?
Yes.
So I'm shooting on the, what is this called?
The Samsung S20 FE 5G.
Yeah, and then I just wanted to showcase the coolness of that phone shaped like the letter T. But what phone is that?
The LG Wing.
Yeah. So we just kind of propped it up there on the dashboard, and then it gives us navigation directions. So go ahead and touch the grip lock. So now that kind of turns off the secondary screen and it saves battery life. If you want, you can actually just turn off the main screen, and when directions come up, it'll tap on. Here, I'll have Paramount Kid do that. It's off, but it has always on display turned on. So Paramount Kid, go ahead and just tap the secondary screen, double tap. And then it automatically turns on and gives us the navigation. So now double tap again. It didn't turn off. Kind of thought it would time out or turn off. But that's okay. It has a good battery life, so I'm not worried. And we have 5G connectivity. So we're good to go. So this is also testing the stability of the Samsung S20 Fan Edition. So tell us what you think of the LG Wing.
Great.
What do you like about the LG Wing?
It has the wing shaped like the letter T.
Is it fun for consuming media?
Yes.
What else do we like about it?
The LG Wing is a great phone.
Do you think you want this phone when you turn 18?
I don't know.
You haven't decided if you want Android or Apple, right?
Yes.
Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell. So we're on our way to where? Where are we going?
Wally's Red Barn.
We have to get some spiced donuts. So click that button right there, the top right, the little circle thing, and then it's going to switch the camera to out. So now you can give everyone a view of a Utah sunset. So go ahead and shoot out to the right and describe what you see.
It's beautiful. Bellissima.
Do you like living in Utah?
Yes. Bellissima.
It is Bellissima. So now you can shoot the LG Wing. And now we can just stop for now.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ci vediamo.
And that's all I have to say about the LG Wing. Sorry, I was just playing with the sound effects there. It's a great phone. I recommend it as a secondary phone if you have an extra $1,000 to drop. It's great for watching videos. I like that ability of just, holding it right there and watching media. It's really nice. It's fun to use. It's fun to shoot video with. This might be, it's just a fun phone. LG did great with the fun factor. I've enjoyed using it. Thanks T-Mobile for letting me borrow this for the last several weeks. I'm going to send it back to you through UPS in just a little bit. That's all I have for now. Thank you again for watching. I'll have another video out sometime in the next 72 hours. Goodbye.